Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Too Hot to Handle Season 4, Episodes 6 and 7. I'll drop the other episodes in another video because things picked up a little bit, so we got a whole lot more detail going on. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If you've been here before or if you haven't, don't hesitate to subscribe. Y'all already know I'm trying to grow my channel and like the video if you enjoy it as well. Okay, so James woke up and he's hurt by Britton's actions because we know last night she slept in the bed with Ethan just because she was feeling away because he went and rule break with her, which is just craziness. I appreciated the fact that he was disciplined, but I guess that's just me. So Sophie, on the other hand, she's still pissed by Creed and his actions. Like she feel away and she can't shake it. So Dom says she heard Nick and Ja kissing under the covers last night. Um, you know, they did it. They cannot like keep their hands off each other. Like, and Ja is the initiator each and every time it seems. Creed, on the other hand, has no remorse for his actions. He's happy that Flavia came in the house. He couldn't wait to jump ship. I mean, we know he was just settling for Sophie anyway. So Ja and Nick are meditating together. Nick meditates every morning anyway. And then he's like, we keep breaking the rules. So, maybe we need to meditate together and work on this sexual tension. Lana has not found them yet. So she's obviously up to something. So during the meditation, Ja was like, enough of this. Like she straddled him and kind of sat on his lap, and then she kissed him. And at this point, I'm like, there ain't no money left. It's $10 left. Like break all the rules. Like who cares at this point? So that night, Lana has a gift for everyone. She has the watches, and so if you watched the show before, you know when they get the watches, if she feels like there's a genuine connection being made between the couples, they'll get a green light and they'll get to kiss. So she's giving out those watches, aka free pass. And Ja and Nick got nothing. Like they got played. So Lana outed them for their 3 rule breaks because they tried to say, oh, we had a rule break. She said, that's not all. Name the other 2. So those kisses cost them 38K, leaving the prize money at 79,000. Like we not even at 100,000. What's the point at this point? It's still early and like we only on episode 6. So Ja and Nick have to spend the night in the suite. We know when the couples can't keep their hands off themselves, they headed to the suite. And usually when they head to the suite, they don't do nothing and they end up getting some money back or whatever. So the next morning, Ja and Nick are back from the suite. And Lana said, look, not only if you broke the rules will you be fined, you won't get watches, but y'all two gonna get sent home. And everybody like, ooh, plot twist, wow. Hold on. Sorry, y'all, I had to cough. Anyway, I'm like, have y'all seen this show before? Like, this ain't no plot twist. She sends people home. Everybody can't stay and get in on this money. So, at this point, I'm like, y'all ain't do nothing. And I was right. They didn't do anything and they got their watches. Congratulations to y'all. So the 2 single men, Nigel and James, are sitting there chatting it up. They discuss Britain jumping ship, and which leads the guys to having to go to a workshop because they're all like still into their sexual urges and they're talking about sex, and not really getting the point. And this whole show is like defeating the whole purpose. So after the guys pretend like, they're changed men after the workshop, they're talking about the yonis, aka the feminine area, and they act like, oh, we're so changed and whatever. So Ethan takes Britton to the side for a little one-on-one action, and she was just like, how was the workshop? A normal question. You just came from the workshop. How was it? He can't even explain himself. Like he's stuttering and fumbling. He didn't learn a thing. So Seb is talking to Kayla. He's doing a better job of explaining the workshop to her. Like, it's genuine and he really has feelings for her. And they talking about their future outside of this. And as they're talking about their future, they get the green light for a kiss. I thought that was a perfect timing for it. So they're the first couple to get a green light. James interrupted Britton as she's sitting there, suffering, talking to Ethan. And he apologized for not breaking any rules. Make that make sense. Like, brother, if she got you doing this, apologizing for doing the right thing, this ain't it. But okay. So Brenton was satisfied with that, and so she's going to sleep with James tonight. And I can't stand that braid on top of James' head. Why are you doing that? Are you trying to be trendy, different? Set it like, what are you trying to do here? Why? You're trying to set a trend? Keep that wherever you got it from. Like, cut that mess off. Take it out. But okay. So after she does that, like they get to the bed, and Ethan's pissed. Like cause he ain't even had no heads up or nothing. He did not think James was gonna get his girl back literally the next night. But he did. And so we learn that newbies are coming in episode 7, which starts now. So Lana gives them credit the next morning for, emotional development. So I'm assuming there was no rule breaks last night. Later on, Lana tells the group about the new arrivals. And we have Sean and Imogen. Imogen. Let me know if I'm saying that correctly. So Sean chooses Kayla for a date, of course. Like, one, like everybody just picking Kayla, and two, it's like you just had Seb go. They're the only ones that seem to have like a real connection, because I feel like there's always like one actual couple that kind of makes it after the show. So I think that might be these two. So of course it makes sense for him to go out with Kayla. And Imogen chooses Creed, because we know he like to go wherever the wind blows. So that's an easy one. she can snatch him up, no problem. We ain't even see what she looked like yet, and I'm sure he gonna go over there with her. So Kayla sees Sean, and she ready to risk it all, honey. She like, ooh, what? That is my type. Oh my goodness. So then we see Creed, and like I thought, he ready to jump ship with Imogen. He ready to risk it all again for this Aussie girl, because he's from Australia, she's from Australia. It's perfect. Like, y'all can actually date after this, because y'all in the same country and everything. Flavia and Imogen kind of favor a little bit. They look alike. So he definitely, has a type, like he said. Because she's like, what's your type? And he's like, dark hair, light eyes. And that's her. And that's the other girl, too. So Flavia said they have the option to end their person's dates early. So they get to see the newbie social media, see what they look like. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're so attractive. Oh, wow. Like, I'm so nervous now. Then they hear what their friends have to say about them. And it's just like, oh, and they have good personalities. OMG. So Kayla and Creed have the options now for massages. And both of them are doing, honey, they are doing it. Okay? They are getting rubbed down. Well, Creed is doing the rubbing. And Kayla's getting rubbed down. So Seb just so happens to hit the red button, which ends Kayla's date early, and it happens as soon as Sean begins to massage her leg. Like, he just laid his hand on her leg, and then the date ends. Come on, producers. Shall I be a little more discreet next time? So Flavia didn't hit the button. Even though she's the one that should have probably hit the button, she didn't. So they got money back into the prize fund, an additional $10K. So now we back at $89K. Kayla and Sean are back, and they're coming into the house holding hands. And I absolutely feel like the producers make them hold hands when they're walking back, because last time we had 2 dates, they didn't even kiss the people, and they walking in holding hands. Why? Like, and then the dates be happening midday, but it's always pitch black when they come back. What is this about? So Kayla said they sit down away from everyone, and Kayla admits that Sean is her type. I knew she liked black guys. I knew it. But she said there's no one better than Seb. Like, he's the man for her. Like, her getting touched on, it makes her realize that Seb is the man for her, I guess. Because if it was me, like, no, I'm not getting no massage. You can't even put your hand on me if I'm locked in with somebody. But that's just me. So Sean's sitting down with everybody else. And someone asked him his type. We know that's a standard question that they always ask. Sean said, he loves his beautiful black queens, as he should. But he said he's open. And I think he has his eyes on Ja, because when he said that, he was looking directly at her. And she was looking like she was interested too. We see how she was on Nigel. So Creed and Imogen come back, and Creed tries to make it seem like, they were forced to massage each other, like somebody made, like, you know, put their fist in their back and like push them to do it. No, you did it because you wanted to do that and you enjoyed every minute of it. You could have said no. Like Sophie said no to that kiss, but I digress. So then he proceeds to say Imogen is exactly like him in female form. She's a female version of him. And someone yelled, "That's disrespectful AF." I thought it was funny, like, mad disrespectful. And did he stop there? No. He just would not shut up. It got worse. So Flavia is feeling a little insecure, rightfully so. But honey, how you get them is how you lose them. See, it was all fun and games when it was you over there with him. But now that them tables done turned, and now you feeling away. So Dom asks Imogen where her type is, of course, and she says Creed, which means she's not letting up. She got her foot on his neck. So Flavia and Creed are talking away from everybody. And she was like, how was the date or whatever? And he was like, she's his type. The date was so fun. And again, she's a female version of him. And she feels like home. Ouch. Like, wow. So he's just like, once Flavia was like, feels like home. Hold up, pause. So she told him, like, look, if you want to go off with her, just let me know that now. Just say it right here, right now. Because what was all that? So he realized, like, okay, I messed up. I might have been talking a little too much. Like, we clearly see that's how you feel, but my goodness. Like, you acting like you talking to your homegirl over here. Are you trying to date her for real? Or... But he said he's going to stick over there with Flavia because he's used to always, going to the next new shiny thing instead of actually building with somebody. So he's going to try to stick it out with her. But I'm sure that new girl ain't going to make it easy on him. And so the other ladies are talking and they asking Jai, like, okay, well, if Sean wants you, what you going to do? And she like, I don't know. Yeah, you don't know because it was fine when nobody else was available. But now you don't know. Honey, truth be told, I wouldn't know either. Sean is fine, okay? But let me know what y'all thinking down in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.